Now, if you thought this week I'd be putting my tool changer back together and getting it all tied in with Linux CNC and getting it working, so did I. But unfortunately, I needed a whole bunch of O-rings. So I ordered all the O-rings I needed. When I went to pick them up after work on Friday afternoon, I found that the shop I ordered them from closed at lunchtime. So that was poor planning on my part. Luckily, one of my mates from work a while ago gave me these, which need shortening. I think there's some kind of bumper standoffs for racing karts, but they're too long and they don't meet approvals. I just have to put them in the lathe and shorten them. Luckily, I've done this for him before and I've already got a toolpath made up for it. And because I can clamp them in a collet here on the back end, like here, it only takes a couple of minutes to do each one of them. Well, in fact, it only takes a few seconds to do each one. So I should be able to get this 2, 4, 6, 8 done in 20 minutes or so. Somebody's painted this with black paint, including painting the O-rings. Ugh. Now first, I was thinking I'll have to wait till the tool changer's back in place before I can do this job. But then I realised I only use one single tool on them. But luckily, I've got the rear tool post, so I can use that to get this job done. Right, I'm going to need air for the collet closer. Oh wait, because of my half-finished tool changer job, I've got an open air line. So what I'll have to do is just unplug it, and I've got a piece of air line which I've just squished the end together with heat as a blank, and just blank off that line for now. Right, that didn't take too long. I think I screwed this one up. I don't think I got it properly seated in the collet, so its shoulders probably a little too skinny. If these are only for bumpers of karts, which crash into things, I'm sure they'll be good enough. So look, we've been visited again by my friend David.
Hi.
So what have we got on today's menu, David?
I brought you something you need.
Oh, nice.
Everybody who has a surface grinder needs one of these.
Oh. Okay, that is a
demagnetizer.
Oh, cool. You know, the funny thing is, I just bought one of those magnet stab for pulling up all of the swath, and that thing magnetizes everything.
Okay.
So, perfect. Thanks very much. That's great.
You're welcome.
So we can use that together on the grinder today. Okay, let's take a look at this. What do we got here?
Okay, I have here parts from my tool grinder, and this still has some corrosion on it from the flooding.
Yeah.
And I think it would look much more nice again if you grind this one.
The Spannbrecher-Nut-Schleifvorrichtung. What a cool word, huh? The chip breaker groove grinding fixture. So just a sec, this one, to grind the top, you're going to hang it over the edge? No, you have
Exactly, it has to hang over the edge.
And how do you get all of it?
That was my question to you. If this hangs over the edge of the mag chuck, are we able to reach the end of this
Oh,
part?
theoretically, yes, because I've got quite a short mag chuck. Definitely, yes, if we move the mag chuck along the table and just retouch the top of it. So we can definitely do it.
Okay. Then this is also a part from my tool grinder.
Okay.
And it has some corrosion on it.
Yep.
I just want this to be gone.
Just for those who might not know, Austria had a heavy flood close to Vienna a year and a half ago. And unfortunately, David's basement workshop was completely flooded up to within
2 centimeters below the ceiling, underwater.
So all of his machines were completely flooded. David's been working through from machine to machine to get them back in order. Because you can see here what that time underwater does to the machine parts.
This is also from a tool grinder.
Oh, nice.
I engraved this with the shaper.
Yep.
And I wanted to make this part new. Unfortunately, I don't have the original part here, but the engraving on the original part is terrible. It hurts in your eyes.
Yep.
I want to grind this surface and this surface before I start to engrave numbers into it.
Gotcha, yeah.
By the way, I do not know yet how to engrave those. I have some punches, 2 millimeter, but I have to make some fixture things, so I place them nicely and not all over the place.
Do you want to do it on the CNC?
I'm not sure about that.
It's not that classic, huh?
What do you think? Would you like to engrave it?
It's a CNC machine. It's not that difficult to set up to do a set of numbers. If you'd like to, I can make the toolpath for it and we can try engraving it, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Next one is the reverse shaping head of my GAG H20 metal shaper. And I already scraped the back side, the mounting surface, and this side. There had been some chips inside and they left some burrs, and it has some wear here, and I want this to be nice flat again, so this solid.
It's going to be interesting to see whether my machine can reach in that far, huh? It should.
We will
it
see.
Should be.
This would be the next surface.
Yeah.
This will be a little bit difficult to grind. We have to rotate it. It'd be nice to have a rotating mag chuck.
Yeah.
Grinder. This was pretty messed up. I already roughed it down, I think 0.5 millimeter, and it would be nice if we can grind this too. And there I have some tool holders for my metal shaper. They are hardened, and as you can see, I used before hardening.
Right, yeah.
Because I needed the tool quickly.
Yep.
And now they are hardened, and I want to make the surfaces nice and flat.
Man, this looks fantastic. Just a
Tool for making keyways.
Yep. With your, what was your bluing method?
Hot bluing, it's basically sodium hydroxide or a saturated solution. The boiling point is about 130 to 140 degrees, and you have to add a little bit of an oxidizer.
Yep.
For example, potassium nitrate.
So pretty darn dangerous.
It is.
Solution. Have to be very careful with that. And it's just a single dip, or do you have to like clean?
It's a single dip. I put it in and I leave it there for about 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay. And beforehand was just a lot of time with the polishing. You did a beautiful job of the polishing before gluing there. That looks amazing.
It always looks better if you polish it before. And finally, I have some case-hardened washers, different sizes. On my small milling machine, I have only T-slots for M8 screws. Right. And most of the equipment has gaps the size big enough for M12. So there is some gap to overcome between the screw and the part. And therefore, I have pretty thick washers, and they are case hardened.
So now you want to grind the casing off and make them soft again?
No, I think the casing is deep enough. I let them in for about an hour.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Should be 0.2 of a millimeter.
Cool. What do you want to start with?
I think the easy things, maybe the washers.
The washers first, huh?
Yeah, washers first.
Much nicer fit and feel. So what do you think?
I'm very happy with this.
That looks pretty good, huh?
Yes, it does.
Now we just got to get that engraving in it without screwing it up.
Hopefully, yeah.
While David was finishing off the grinding, I laid out the toolpath. Okay, let's just do a test engraving on a piece of scrap steel and see whether a drag engraving is going to work. This first pass has the drag engraver pressed only 50 microns into the surface, so don't expect it to be very deep. Just see what it comes out like. It does, of course, raise quite heavy burrs. That's not looking too bad, but it's not really deep enough, so let's do it again with a little bit heavier tool pressure and see how that looks. You know, one of the cool things about having a surface grinder and a CNC machine is that over time, the quality of your stockpile gets really a lot better. Time to put the scale onto the real piece. So we've now switched over to the center finder because we've got it set up straight across here. Now we need to find the middle of the whole thing and then we can do the engraving. I'll just turn it by hand just to see if I'm in the ballpark. Okay, that's not going to break the tool. So I could turn on the spindle and then just jog it around until it's centered. So that's one pass. The only question is, do we do a second pass before we remove it and surface grind off the burrs?
To me, it looks deep enough, but maybe we should try to deburr it with a stone on the table first.
Yep, good idea.
And then decide. The burr is pretty high.
I guess, yeah, this is not a cutting tool, huh? It's just a shove metal out of the way tool.
Yes, it is. Yeah, looks good to me.
Looks good. Well, that's certainly an improvement on what it was before. You know, it's interesting, from a normal distance, these look really quite good. But once you look at them under the macro lens, you can see the limitations of engraving on a machine like this with a drag engraver that's probably got a bit of play in it. So you can see the start and end points aren't perfect. Yeah, a bit of funkiness in some of the shapes. But as I say, from a normal viewing distance, this looks fantastic. Well, with the engraving done, David's just finishing off the reverse clapper box for the shaper. Well, that sure improves the surface finish. Slight bump there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the surface was pretty messed up, huh, before.
Yeah, and this is pretty flat now. I'm very happy with it.
Well, David, thanks a lot for coming around, and a big thank you for the demagnetizer. That's going to be a big help with all of the stuff I'm using on the magnet chuck. And also David also gave me a couple of different grit grinding wheels, so we'll have to try those out. And yeah, I'm hoping that this all helps you a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm very happy how this turned out. And I'm happy I don't have to try to do this with punch letters and mess it up. And I'm also really happy about the reverse shaping head.
Yep.
This feels really nice and solid now.
Yep.
When the tool is engaged, all the cutting pressure rests on this surface.
Yep.
And if this sits not solid, I'm afraid it might flex a little bit.
Right, flex and chatter, and yeah.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to let us know how it works.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So David sent me these before and after photos of his chip breaking grinding attachment, and he sure has done a lovely job of the overhaul of it. Thanks a lot for watching.